Hola gente, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a la tercera parte del sexto capítulo de Sherlock Holmes. En este capítulo vamos a tratar de encontrar al agresor con la pista que nos dio de la medalla que utilizaba este señor, la refugiada africana, así que vamos a tratar de encontrarlo. Así que supongo que tenemos que ir a buscarlo al ayuntamiento, porque tiene el icono arriba de buscarlo en algunos archivos, así que vamos a ir a probar con el ayuntamiento y si no, seguiremos buscando en otro lado. Así que espero que disfruten esta tercera y última parte de este caso. Bueno, ya estamos en el ayuntamiento, así que vamos a buscar a este hombre en el archivo. A ver. Documentos legales. Acá está, mira. Thomas Norton, nacido en 1840 en Londres. En 1864 se graduó en la Universidad de Oxford. En el 69 comenzó a trabajar como secretario de ministro del Interior. En el 75 asumió el cargo de comisionado militar en la India, condecorado por la reina en persona con la Orden del Baño en el 77. Nombrado el 1 de marzo de 78 emisario británico en Cordona con su propio gabinete en el ayuntamiento. Así que, como dice que tiene un gabinete en el ayuntamiento, que es donde estamos, bueno, supongo que lo tendremos que buscar por acá. No sé si preguntando...
May I ask for your assistance?
I usually have an answer for everything, but not for this.
No. Tal vez acá. Un poco. Ah, acá, Thomas Norton. Bueno.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Tenemos que hacer el perfil del señor. No tiene tiempo a afeitarse. Anoche no durmió. Muy gastada, siempre la lleva. Epa, bueno, no, parece más vino que otra cosa. A ver qué más tenemos. Los zapatos no parece haber nada. ¿Qué más? Acá. Se queda a trabajar hasta tarde. La orden del baño parece muy gastada, el hombre está orgulloso de ella y nunca se la quita. La mancha roja en su muñeca indica que ha bebido vino hace poco, tiene ropa arrugada, ni se molesta en afeitarse, y sus ojos rojos indican que puede que sufra insomnio o de ansiedad. Parece que vive nueva pesadilla intentando librarse de los terribles recuerdos de sus errores del pasado. Una mancha de vino tinto en la muñeca de su rostro sin afeitar indica una actitud negligente con respecto a su deber. El orden del baño parece muy gastada, el hombre está orgulloso y nunca se la quita. La ropa arrugada, ojos rojos pueden indicar que no volvió a casa anoche. En vez de en el trabajo, este hombre prefiere perderse en la depravación y el alcohol. Voy a quedarme con esto.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper.
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Qué raro.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I
Ah,
read
qué
it.
cagada.
I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
¿Qué ocurrió en la fiesta, señor?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely
Lo
lost my
drogaron.
sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
Bueno, no le creo nada, pero si no me da
Painting
pruebas,
that
señor.
depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Bueno, hay que ir al Palacio de la Mente. El interés del emisario en la fotografía es por puro pragmatismo. Si la consigue, nada amenazará su reputación. Todos los refugiados son víctimas del sistema. La situación en la que están puede y debe arreglarse. Ok, el emisario no merece ni confianza ni perdón. El castigo de la ciudadanía indignada de Cordona es lo menos que se merece. Hay que entregar la fotografía a Vogel para que pueda hacer pública toda la historia. Thomas Norton es un depravado que ha cometido un acto terrible. Aunque se merezca enfrentarse a la justicia, no puedo dejar pasar la oportunidad de hacer un bien mayor. Hay que darle al emisario la fotografía a cambio de que regularice a los refugiados. Ok, tenemos una decisión moral a la que nos tenemos que enfrentar sí o sí. Y no tenemos nada que nos pueda guiar. O sea, yo creo que lo que hizo merece ir en cana y no quedar impune. La verdad que en este caso sé que quizá los refugiados necesitan, pero si dejamos que esta gente esté suelta por la calle, yo lo voy a acusar, discúlpenme, pero es mi decisión.
Have you thought it all through?
Not yet.
Bueno, vamos a darle a Vogel la fotografía. Y ya supongo que concluiremos con todo el caso. Bueno, Vogel.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
Este tipo no derrama una lágrima por nadie.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Unfortunately, I could not locate the missing painting.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, such disappointing news. Not even a shred of information? The slightest lead?
I'm afraid the case has gone cold.
I suppose if you were unable to find it, no one else could. What a pity. Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you?
Sí,
I
señor.
found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Ok, tenemos otra pista de nuestra madre en la
And
mansión.
what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Muy bien. Musa de Allende, los mares, caso completado, gente. Bueno, fue un caso bastante raro, la verdad, debo decir. Que fue como no hubo un arresto, digamos, el señor no fue arrestado, sino que nosotros decidimos exponer la historia en los periódicos para esperar que la verdad salga a la luz. Creía que era lo más moralmente correcto. Esa es la decisión que tomé, así que bueno. Este juego es básicamente de decisiones. Así que bueno, hasta acá el 6º capítulo, gente. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Quizás no fue tan entretenido o vertiginoso, pero la verdad que estuvo bastante interesante. Nos hizo recorrer bastante la isla, así que espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Si les gustó, denle un like, compartan, suscríbanse y dejen un comentario. Y los veo en el 7º capítulo, que seguiremos recorriendo la historia de la muerte de nuestra madre. Así que hasta pronto.